must execute the elements of the plan that'll be discussed here today. Those elements, of course, include worksite leaflets, mail to members, phones to members, as well as labor-to-labor walks. And we know when we execute these elements of our labor plan, we can be successful.
The importance of union members and union activists talking to other members is extremely important. We deal with people's issues every day. We deal with their problems when they can't afford health care. We deal with their problems when their job is in jeopardy. We know the issues that face working families. When it comes from us, the message is delivered from the heart, because we're there with the members 365 days a year, not just on election day, and not just for 30 days before the election. We're there year-round. At Local 227, UFCW, we traditionally have 4 to 5 shop floor leaflets that we pass out in any election cycle. This year will be no exception. We will be using those leaflets up to the day before the election. And the last leaflet we always use is just get out and vote. Just get people to the polls to go vote.
Most effective communication strategy with our members is our mail program. We have found that by using your local stationery and putting your own message and sending to your members has a lot more value than a slick mail piece that may come from a campaign or may even come from our international union. We have found that if you'll put in your own words as to why the corrupt administration of Ernie Fletcher needs to come to an end and why Steve Bashear is a governor for working families, that will have a lot more weight with your members than any other piece of mail that may be sent by someone else. We have found is use your letterhead, use your envelope, and send that to your members. Your members are used to receiving mail from the local union, and they read it because it's important. It has a lot more value, and it can be a lot more significant than some other piece of mail that's sent by the state council or a national organization. We in the building trades are committed to improving our mail program, but we're also committed to all aspects of this campaign strategy. We will do member-to-member walks. Our members will be engaged in phone banks. We will be doing leafleting and some of the plant gates. But we think the most effective strategy for our members is our mail program. We will encourage our business managers to communicate at least 3 times with their members during this whole cycle in order to make sure that we win in November.
You probably know this, Steve Bashear is for union shop legislation in this state, which is what we have now. He's for a strong prevailing wage law, and he's committed to restore the Labor Cabinet Secretary position as soon as he's elected governor, and we believe he will be. As a matter of fact, to talk about the labor issues, Steve Bashear has committed to support the Employee Free Choice Act, which is before U.S. Congress now, and we hope to get that passed for working people. And if we do get this legislation passed, it'll be much easier for organized labor and for working folks to be able to join a union. Well, this is part of our program. I was just on the phone with one of our members in Western Kentucky about the importance of this governor's election. Ernie Fletcher has been bad for organized labor and for working people throughout this state by taking his position that he has on right to work, prevailing wage, doing away with the labor cabinet. Steve Bashear is right on all the issues, all those issues, and that's why we're working very hard to make sure that Steve Bashear gets elected. He is right on the issue of Employee Free Choice Act. And he stated publicly that he will support that legislation, and we're going to do everything we can do, including phone banks, member-to-member mailings, personal contacts with all of our members to make sure that Steve Bashear is elected governor.
We have a very critical race ahead of us in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. It's the governor's race, and we're going to be very involved in phone banking, mailing, worksite leaflets, walking, everything that we need to do to make sure that Steve Bashear is elected governor of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. One of the most important things we do is our worksite leaflets, and we have our leaders of all the locals at the worksite handing out these leaflets, and our members recognize those faces and are very willing to listen to what they have to say. We hand out the leaflets, we show them what the issues are, and we know our members are smart enough to decide for themselves that Steve Bashear is the candidate for governor of the Commonwealth of Kentucky.
For the 18 years that I've lived in Kentucky, I've known Steve Bashear. I've seen Steve Bashear operate. I've seen his principles. I was at the meeting when he resigned as general counsel of the Democratic Party because he could not support the incoming administration. This is a man of principle. This is a man of honor. This is a man that working families can trust. He will deliver for Kentucky.
And brothers and sisters, we will do whatever it takes to make sure that Steve Bashear is elected as governor of the Commonwealth of Kentucky.